Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How y'all doing? Tell me something slick. Welcome to our discussion this afternoon on a very, very important topic. Isn't this a beautiful space? Talking about men's health. Well, let me tell you, we're talking about men's health and stress and how to cope when we have mental health issues. I took a personal journey myself. I've lost 50 pounds. That's what applause, yes. Since January, in the month of May. I'll accept the applause from everybody but my friends because I never knew I was overweight. And they tell me I look good now. I'm like, why y'all ain't telling me I needed to lose weight? In the month of May, I took a journey. I decided that I was gonna walk 1,000,000 steps in 30 days. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds obsessive. It sounds oppressive and depressive. But it wasn't. It was transformative. I walked off of my blood pressure medications. I realized in the world of men that fine and good are 4-letter words. How we doing today? Fine. How we doing? Good. You're lying. Men don't talk. We all like to think that we're athletes. We all like to think that, that with 7th grader that made the track team, that won their ribbon in that race, is with us for the rest of our lives. But sadly, it's not. As we know, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, they plague our community, and now there also seems to be a rash of prostate cancer in the Black community. It's stressful. We're doing screenings next door. We've done 368 with our students with high blood pressure, sent some people to urgent care. There's ways to take care of ourselves, and what we've done today, when you hear the word buffed, when you hear the word fit, when you hear the word fitness, we brought a panel of 2 people that are New Orleans own that have worked with stars that if you don't recognize them, you recognize their clientele. If you've seen their stars, those stars with their shirts off or fit like the names like Michael B. Jordan, seen the movies like Black Panther, those type things, you'll understand why. I want to bring to the stage, first I'd like to bring out Corey Kaye. Yeah. If you want to learn how to drive fast, you drive a fast car, right? Yeah. Look like you've done a couple push-ups or 2. Next, I'd like to bring out Albert Brock, another of New Orleans' own. Several of the stars that he's worked with, I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Yeah, go ahead, get it out the way, come on, yeah. Well, yeah, there it is. What's happening, fellas?
Doing good.
Good to see y'all.
How you doing, Doc, baby?
I do a lot of health and wellness stuff, do the fitness thing, the whole 9. Nowhere near to the extent that you do. Let people know who you are, but make sure to tell both of them where you're from.
So first of all, I'm Corey Kaye, celebrity trainer and actor from New Orleans, the West Bank. My people. I've been out here, been in LA about 10 years now, but of course, glad to be back home at Essence Festival. I've trained celebrities from, like you say, Michael B. Jordan to everybody. Basically has been through my situation in my system, and it's been a good time.
That's good. Albert.
How you guys doing? So my name
do that again and smile. Okay, I want y'all go ahead and cheer like y'all want to say. How you do it again? Yeah.
So my name's Albert Brock. I'm a celebrity trainer, performance trainer. I've trained some notable people such as Mr. New Orleans, Larry Murrow, Bobby Wagner, Leonard Fournette. I previously owned the largest Black-owned training facility in America at the age of 25. I decided to move on and take my business online, but blessed to be here part of Essence and talk to something about that's deeper than physical health.
Thank you for that. So, we live in a stressful world. There are stressful things that we deal with, but it all starts with us, right? So let's give our audience a little history. When did you, and this is for both of you, when did you first realize and work on your own relationship with your health and your overall fitness?
For me, it started coming out of high school. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do because in high school I was always in music, which is physical as well, but I wanted to do something in my body. But my journey was a little bit different. It wasn't about just health and just feeling good. I wanted to look good, honestly. I mean, I wanted to get attention from women, so I wanted to get muscles.
Say it again for the people in the back. Yeah.
I feel like people work out to be healthy, but you work out to look good. And honestly, my journey with health and wellness and fitness when it came to transform my body actually became more mental because I've realized that when you can change your body, you can change your mind. Because the body is the easiest but hardest thing to change because you control it. And once I did that, I started to see my life change because when you look good, you do feel good.
Feel good.
That's 100%. For me personally, at about 19 years old, I would say, when my aunt, who was 17 years old, she passed away of a heart attack, previously having no chronic illness. So believe it or not, I was 19 years old, telling my family we don't need to buy no sodas. Growing up in the South, so food was very Southern, of course. My mom cooked damn good, so it hurted me sometimes pushing the meals away. But even deeper than that, so I'm big with our community specifically understanding that there's different facets of health. So number one is spiritual health, by far keep us anchored. Number two is emotional health, and three is social health, and last is the physical health, as Corey elaborated on. So just to go a little deeper into it, when I was about 15, 16 years old, it took me down even a deeper rabbit hole to find what health really is when my uncle passed away also of murder in the New Orleans area. So that allowed me to understand what my environment could also do to my mental. So, yeah.
So that steps to it. I want to quickly get to the biggest myths that you run into. Like, so every man in here, if you ask, I'm gonna get in shape. It's gonna get that. I'm gonna take me 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I'll be good. I want to hear some of the myths that you hear besides that 2-week myth. We all think we're 18, but in 2 weeks we'll be good.
Some people think less than 2 weeks. They think 3 days.
Birthday ready, huh? They want your birthday ready and come to you 3 days before the birthday.
And then you ask when your birthday? Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest myth in fitness is that you can do it overnight. You didn't put that weight on overnight, so it's not gonna leave overnight. And when people realize the mindset that when it comes to actually changing your body, you have to first crash and fall before you actually get up and succeed. Because if you don't understand your body, you won't be able to change it. All of these fad diets and all of these different things you can try out here, you will all fail if you don't understand the process of actually understanding your body. Understand yourself first, and then you can change your body.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm trying to piggyback on Corey, because Corey is somebody else looked in the game. So I'm not going to touch on the same point as him, but I'm going to say one of the biggest myths is being physically healthy and us thinking that's a representation of health. But like you, I know a lot of people who's physically healthy but can be mentally ill. So I think that's the biggest misconception in the health industry.
So I have to keep on. I can't have on my doctor hat and not say, and people think something wrong with me. So I do health education for Fox 8 here. I've been doing it for 11 years, and everything I do is evidence-based. I'd love to know some of the craziest things that y'all have had people, clients, respectable clients, come to you and want you to back up. Like, so when I did my exercise, I did the Million Steps deal, I went to my doctor. It was supervised. Dr. Washington in the audience, shout out Dr. Washington. She made sure I lost them 50 pounds. I've heard every diet. I done heard, look, bro, don't eat when it's outside, when the sun's outside. I done heard hot butter Kool-Aid, I need to wear a vest. Just what are some of the things? Fast don't last, right? Am I right?
Nah, I don't.
So what are some of the craziest things that you've heard you've had to deal with, because it leads to physical stress. It leads to the thoughts of depression and defeatism that can lead to bad habits.
So I've never done it, but people that go without eating for 12 to 14 days. I get it. People talk about it in the Bible. They talk about their praying and fasting, and which I agree with, which you should. But I don't see how you cannot drink water or eat. And I've had some clients.
Yeah, that's called starvation.
It's called insanity.
Yeah.
People crazy. You need food to survive. You need water to hydrate you so you can live. And I've had some clients do some crazy stuff where they're going climb mountains and doing marathons and big cycling races and not eating any food. People don't realize you're actually hurting yourself. You're taking away from your life. You won't get any younger by trying to do these crazy things.
And changing your metabolism. If you have your body think that you're about to die and starve, it starts to store everything as fat so you won't help yourself.
Because it doesn't know when it's going to eat another meal.
Exactly.
So we always want a doctor's supervision, someone to check in no matter what. But what other things can people do? Because we're going to spend that second half of this talking about the mental health aspects of this. What other physical things for the common sense people that want to lose weight, that want to try to do an exercise, and I got this diet, I want to try this. How do you handle dismantling that and keeping a client and keeping people healthy?
That's a great question, Doc, because a lot of people try new diets right now, especially this is the highest, rate of, what I'm gonna say, health attention I feel like we've ever, had within U.S. history right now. And there's certain fabs people like to try, but I would say there's no specific one diet to cater towards your body. Everyone has a different blood type. Everyone has different, genetical paths. So something I do with my clients who's willing to take that next step is get a blood evaluation. And you could get a specific diet catered specifically towards, your blood type.
I'm gonna piggyback off that with blood type. If you don't know what's going on the inside, you'll never change the outside.
Exactly.
Yeah. Get your blood work done.
And most importantly, I gotta say it, go talk to your doctor. If you're going to lose weight, if you're gonna do anything, if you're gonna work with these world-renowned trainers, go talk to your doctor first to make sure that you can do it.
Yep.
You touched on something that, again, it leads into our conversation about mental health. Social media. How has that helped? So the question is, how has it helped to hurt your career, but how have you seen it help and hurt people as a whole? What do people need to do when they see these things on social media?
Don't try it at home. Don't do that. Social media can be, it's a two-headed sword. It can be good for you or it can hurt you, but the biggest problem I see is comparison. Everybody's comparing themselves to the next person. You have trainers that just started training and they want to be me and they're trying things and doing things to people and hurting them when I've been doing this for almost 20 years now.
So wait, that's just from the trainer perspective. What about the people looking at that trainer for help? Be nice.
I'm gonna try.
It's Sunday, we in church. No, we're close to church.
Do your research. Do your research. Don't just go, I said this recently, don't just go follow anybody because a lot of these trainers and people, they look really good, but they can't change nobody else. And this is me being very honest. I see a lot of trainers, a lot of young trainers, even some old guys, they couldn't tell you between left and right, honestly, and he'd be able to help you, but they're giving all this false information to get people to come in because social media is the easiest thing you can lie on. People can live a whole life and go home in a cardboard box, and they think that this is what it really is. So when it comes to fitness, you have these people that look amazing, and they're out there selling bull crap.
Yes, you said that well. Yes.
Yeah, I try to be nice as I can.
So what about if it's a well-renowned athlete or
They lie
actor
too.
or someone that comes to you with these crazy ideas and you see some of the stuff how do you handle that as trainers? Part of what you do, I know, is you build people up, and that's why people are like their trainers, like they are about their hairstylists or their barbers. They are very loyal, and you better not talk about them because it's more than just a relationship about physical health. You're working on the mental health aspects of it. So I want to bring that in. If you want to touch on what he just said with the social media, and then let's gear it towards this mental health piece, because we're not going to have a men's talk and not talk about mental health.
No, 100%. I want to elaborate on what you said real quick, Doc, about having a world-class athlete, try to get them, to change their perspective in some ways, because that's something I commonly have. So I would say building trust is the first thing. If you're already a Maserati, you got to the NFL, it's nothing I need to change, predominantly. It's just fine-tuning. So that's one thing right there I tell my athletes, we want to fine-tune some things to take you to the next level. I'm big on how you do anything is how you do everything. So growth is always in the details. But to elaborate, Doc, on social media, how I can help my business or hinder anyone, number one, I would say, like I said, I formerly had the largest black-owned facility in the country, of 20,000 square feet. But when I took a step back and decided to get out of it, social media allowed me to touch more of the masses. So that was definitely the benefit. The con, I would say, to touch on what Corey said, is definitely comparison. We tend to do that so much. Even myself, I need to know when to swipe by that app or detox from it time to time.
This is really, really, really good. It's very rare that we sit down as men and have frank conversations about what really happens when we're trying to get in shape. Real quick, those days where you just don't feel like it, can you tell people it's okay? Or is it not okay? Should they just abandon the whole workout and quit because they messed up at Essence Fest and didn't take their meds or ate too much?
So I'm not gonna front. A lot of people see me as like RoboCop and think I don't take no days off. Some days I just can't do it. And as I got older,
Say it again.
some days I just can't do it.
It's okay?
It's okay to just take a day.
Can we pause for a second? Can every person in here, particularly men, can we just say, some days I can't do it? Don't act like we're not in church. Some days I can't do it. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I heard it. Keep going.
But seriously, it's sometimes you have to let your body rest. You have to listen to your body. And you're really not just listening to your body, you're listening to your mind. The mental aspect when it comes to fitness is so important because it can literally reshape how you see your life. But also, when I think of fitness mental-wise, it's the place I go to that can actually help me. It's the place I could go to that won't hurt me unless you hurt yourself physically. And being in the mental aspect of it, you don't want to go your mental saying, sit down, listen to yourself, listen to your body, take a rest day. Don't just try to do everything that you can every single day because you end up hurting yourself and then you're taking months off. And what happens then?
Yeah. Corey's the GOAT, y'all. It's hard to follow up behind him. But what I'm going to say is God is the greatest. And I'm going to say that because
Amen.
Motivation is like cheap gas. But when you're spiritually anchored, I have a sense of discipline, that allows me to keep going every single day. So, of course, I wake up some days when I'm half depressed because things ain't going my way or I'm not getting somewhere fast enough. But when I'm anchored within who I am, I rely on discipline heavily. So I would say that discipline over motivation for sure.
So I see who you are. You one of them dudes. I ain't gonna say much, and then you hit us with a hammer. You just said a lot. So what I heard was the power of prayer. I heard self-assessment. I just don't feel like it. I can't today, and that's okay. If I come to you and you're my trainer and I tell you that, how do you assess what I'm saying is true and when to pull more out because I'm having a bad day and I might just need to talk to somebody?
If you show up, I can tell within the first 10 minutes of where your mind is, but through conversation. So when I meet a person to do a consultation, I don't want to talk about your goals. I want to talk about your life. I want to talk about what you did yesterday. I want to talk about your family, your job. I want to talk about you because if you're coming in here mentally discouraged, mentally empty, I need to feel you. And I'm going to feel you with words, not just through a workout. Because you're probably going to do a workout and leave empty, but your mind will leave full after I put the word inside of you to make you understand who you are and have that belief in yourself to get through it. Because if you don't have your mind right, your body won't ever get right. Your day won't go right. And if it's that bad, I'll tell you take a day off. Go rest.
That's perfect.
You have to meet people halfway. Having daughters taught me that. I don't know, you see my two beautiful girls, but you have to meet them halfway.
I got you wrapped around their finger, too. I saw you backstage.
Oh, man, what? Yeah, but you have to meet people halfway. So wherever they at, I pride myself meeting them there, but letting them know we're going to get this shit done. Because we're going to rely on discipline over, motivation.
So as a guy, I'm at this amazing panel with these two brilliant fitness experts, and I'm sitting in the audience, and I'm inspired. I ain't did a sit-up since I sat up out of bed this morning. I ain't walked since I got a car, but y'all inspired me and I want to walk. What would you suggest if I have not worked out, besides going to the doctor first? Shout out again, Dr. Washington, your doctor. I want to start. Walking ain't really exercise, and I want to look like y'all. Where do you recommend I start? Because that's the hardest part, because as men, we don't express ourselves. We'll go further into a hole and we will lie. How you doing? I'm good. I'm fine. And they'll pull you to the side. Say, bro, you could train me? And they say, where would you start? Where would you tell someone to start? I'll start with you and then let him.
I would say meet yourself halfway. So we probably have some people in the audience who don't work out 5-6 times a day, like myself or Corey. But if you're in some type of fellowship consistently, church, if you're mentally going to therapy, if you are just doing walks, I'm gonna say just meet yourself halfway with that and give yourself grace and just take it one day at a time. Because like I said, it's harmony when it comes to growing within health. So don't beat yourself down, but where you could start is, like I said, just doing the small things and picking up week by week. To my fellas, I do want to say that 1 degree can shift the whole projection where you're going in life. If an airplane is going from here to New York, 1 degree, that airplane is going to Toronto at that point. So the smartest degrees, the smartest percentages add every single day.
Corey?
I would tell everyone, find a community. Just like you said, fellowship, find a community. Because fitness is not fun when you're by yourself, especially in this day and age because of social media. And find something you love, whether you want to be riding a bike, you want to be doing a CrossFit class, you want to be doing whatever it is, find the fun and find the love in it. You have to fall in love with fitness to stick with it. Because as soon as it breaks your heart, you feel like you can't do it, you want to leave and run away.
Yep.
You got to find the place and you got to invest in yourself, and not just money, your time. Make sure your time and your effort is worth it, because fitness is one thing that you can love and it can take you to amazing places. It did it for me. Fitness took me out of New Orleans and brought me to Hollywood. And you could have never told me that would happen. And that's the thing about fitness. You have to love it. Don't get out here trying to do the worst and the most. If you know you can't go bench press 225 or something like that, go do push-ups. And for you guys out here, stop trying to do the most. And ladies, stop just doing butt exercises, okay? All right? They got other parts of the body, all right?
Y'all didn't see, he bit his lip before he said it.
I see it all day. They got other things we could do, but overall, just find something you love. Fitness is something that you can take with you everywhere, and it can be good for you. You can love it, and it can take your lives to different places.
So real quick, before I want to end with how people can get in contact with you, how can, if someone's looking to find a trainer, how do you recommend, where do they start? Not everybody can afford the Hollywood actor, the elite athlete trainers, and maybe they don't want to start there, but give them 2 points of where they should start and what to look for?
Honestly, Instagram. These days, Instagram. If you don't find it in your local neighborhoods, go to social media. If not, Google. You can Google, and you can find exactly what you want.
Albert?
I'm gonna throw myself out there first, unless you guys, you can log on to abexplode, abexplode.com. I do have home programs you guys could, access as low as $20, for the average person who just wants to, just get started. I also have meal plans available on there. But to tie on to what that question was, you could start looking at if it's deeper than just superficial when it comes to Instagram trainers. They really have to stand for something, and that's something you can't fake in this world.
And Corey, real quick, where can we find you?
You can find me everywhere. Instagram, Mr. Kaye, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. If you can't find me, Google Corey Kaye. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's our panel. Can you give our panelists a round of applause? Give yourselves a round of applause. Get checked, get fit, get moving, take a break, find a fitness. I can be found at Doc Griggs 1 and over there taking blood pressures. Thank y'all very much.